Good morning. I'm currently out on a little walk. Today is pull day and I'm bringing you along for a full day of eating. So I am out, like I said, just doing a little bit of a walk before I head back home, have meal one, have some hydration drinks, all that kind of stuff. And of course, I'm gonna bring you along, show you every little thing that I eat, drink, take, whatever. Natural bodybuilder over here, I'm not taking anything. But yeah, who knows, maybe I just slipped up. Yeah, I'm gonna bring you along, show you everything that I eat, drink, use, whatever, and hopefully it'll be making a few of you happy, because I've had a few requests for full days of eating, what meals I have, that kind of thing. So I can't promise it's going to be that much fun because my meals aren't amazing and I'm pretty boring with my foods, but nonetheless I'm going to show you. And yeah, so I'm going to carry on with this walk, about 2.5, 3,000 steps max, get in, and then we'll cook up meal one. Right, so as I said, we are going to make up meal one, starting with some hydration and taking a GDA, because I do take GDAs still. This thing I've used for a long time now. So glucose disposal agent. If you want to know a little bit more as to why I use those, leave a comment. But in terms of supplements, so HydroFlow. I use and have been using a hydration drink product for a good while, probably a couple of years now. So I will use, I should know how many grams this is. I believe it's 5 grams. It's completely wrong there. So yeah, I will use basically just a scoop of this. Works out about 5-6 grams. If it's a gram over, I'm not too bothered with that. And then I'll also do creatine. Again, with creatine, I will basically have anywhere from 5 to 10 grams, usually closer to 10 grams, or I should say 8 to 10 grams. So yeah, there we go. 8 grams. So 8 grams of creatine, 6 grams of HydroFlow. Both can be purchased from Elite Subs. Code CAV10. You know, or you should know the drill by now. I also will use a straw, my fantastic little girl's cup. I actually bought this. Oh shit. I actually bought this in America because I thought it was cool, and I didn't ever use it. But in the last 6 weeks, I've actually been using it because it's a good amount of fluid for that alongside my water. So yeah, anyway, on to making meal one. Okay, so meal one, that will be some sourdough. I actually went to Sainsbury's last night, a schoolboy error going on a Saturday evening, trying to buy sourdough. They didn't have any. I went to M&S, which is my favorite sourdough, didn't have any either. So I had to make do with the Jason's. Yeah, Jason's. I used to always have this, and then I had better sourdough, and I was like, this ain't even fucking sourdough. But yeah, anyway, I'm making meal one. It is 2 eggs, 3 bacon/turkey bacon, and 100 grams of sourdough. Yeah, eggs, sourdough, bacon. I am actually somebody that likes to keep carbs out of meal one usually, but for myself, training off 2 meals, so I'll eat this meal, my next meal, and train, I actually like to have carbs in this meal. So yeah, I think if you're training later in the day, it makes sense to not really have carbs too early on. There is just positives to doing that in my opinion. So anyway, let's make this up, see how we, see what we give the rating for this bread. I'll take that, 2 slices, 97 grams. No doubt I could probably take an extra slice that is a little bit bigger than this one, make it 100, but I'm gonna take the 3 gram loss, and maybe I'll be a bit leaner because of it, or if I lose all my muscle. All right, there we have it. Meal number one, 100 grams sourdough, 2 eggs, 3 bacon, and of course, a big gulp of hydration and creatine. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this now. This doesn't look like an awful lot. which is absolutely fine to me. I think something that might actually help some people, and something that I get a little bit kind of confused by at times with clients, or just with conversations I have, especially with people that aren't that clued up. So usually people just in the gym. But it's like, when it comes to a meal plan, like this meal here can be made differently if I want it to be. And I think that's something that, yeah, like this morning, I've got a sandwich. Maybe tomorrow I'll have eggs on toast. Maybe the next day I'll have eggs with a bacon sandwich. Maybe I'll have an omelette. Like, I'm probably not going to do that personally, but they are the options. So when you have your meal plan, just because it's certain foods doesn't mean it has to be made the exact same way every single time. You can make things different, and it'll probably be then a little bit more exciting for you if that's what you chase. If, like me, you're just kind of like, you'll probably see throughout this video, just eating because it's part of what I need to do, I'm not really too bothered. Like, the eggs are a little bit burnt, the bacon's a bit burnt. I don't really care. I just kind of eat. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this now. Yeah, I will catch you maybe when I'm doing some work. And I'm not gonna film myself eating either, because I hate that. You know, when you're watching someone eat? No, I'm not gonna do that. So see you when I'm working, or whenever. Right, that is meal one done. Coffee now will go in along with some more fluid. I'm a big fan of sugar-free Vimto. I had a conversation with somebody the other day about why you maybe should or shouldn't use things like this. I don't see a problem personally, especially right now, off season. But yeah, coffee about to go down. I will work for a couple of hours now, and then it'll be a case of get ready and eat meal two, which will be my pre-workout meal, and then head to the gym for pull. So yeah, I'm gonna crack on with some work, and I will catch you in the kitchen making meal two. Pre-workout meal about to go down. Annoyingly, I've got no chicken prepared, so I have to cut the chicken now and then chuck it in the air fryer, which is fine, it's not a big of a deal. And I will most likely then cut a few servings ready for meals later on. So what I like to usually do is just basically prep it so I can chuck it straight in the air fryer, or I will bulk cook it if I'm a little bit busy or I have less time, so that I can just chuck it in the microwave and I'm done. But if I can, I'll try to cook it fresh where possible. So just basically have it prepared and then throw it straight into the air fryer. But something that I think is fairly obvious, and a few of you might, but you'd be surprised how many times people don't know these things. So I'm not gonna just assume everybody knows. So if you do, apologies. If you don't, you're welcome. But if I have 200 grams of chicken, which I do per meal, and I wanna cook for 5 meals, 200 times 5, 1,000 grams. What I will do is I'll weigh out 1,000 grams of chicken raw weight, and then I'll cook it all. And then when I need to divide it per meal, I will reweigh it and then I'll divide it by 5. So you can do that with basically all of the foods that you need raw weight, and you want to kind of then weigh it like meal prep in bulk. People always get confused with this, same with rice as well. Weigh it raw, reweigh it, and then divide it. That's all you need to do. Super easy. No need to kind of worry about conversions or, oh, I need to times it by X point, whatever. Nah, just do that and it'll be far easier. So I'm gonna make this meal, pre-workout meal, chicken, cream of rice, and dark chocolate, super easy. So I'll make this, make the Intra, and I'll show you what is in there. I've got a bit of a jazzier Intra flavor at the moment, which is very, very good. So I'll show you, but chicken first. So intra-workout time, intra-workout going down. We've got Carb-X. So Applied Nutrition Carb-X, pineapple. Between pineapple and Fruit Burst, I used to always be a non-flavored and then have a flavored EAA, but I've been converted. So EAA of choice is the Pharma Grade Blue Raspberry. I had to search for the name then, so I wasn't sure what flavor it was. But yeah, Blue Raspberry with the pineapple. I don't know why. Not only does it make it a very, very cool color, but it also tastes really, really good. And then I do also add some more creatine. So obviously I have creatine in the mornings. I have creatine then intra-workout as well. And this is the Berry Blast one from Perform. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of like flavored creatine. Doesn't really taste of anything anyway, especially when you put it in here. Yeah, that is the Intra workout. Next up, we have got the pre-workout. So let me grab those. So pre-workout, I am somebody that uses pre-workout pretty much most days, to be honest. I just enjoy it. If I'm being honest, I just enjoy it. So I'm gonna go with defib. Yeah, so it's an 11 gram serving. I'm gonna go with 12 just to make sure I'm getting what I need. 12 grams. So I said this in another video as well. Just make sure you actually weigh out your pre-workouts. It does make a difference. So I've also got a little drug scale on this scale. So what I'll do is I will weigh out this. This will now go in 3 grams of this for that 3.03. Bang on. Yeah, for the ridiculous pump. So we got Fizzy Blue Bottles defib and then the Fizzy Blue Bottle Perform pump. I actually really like this pump product. I think it's, I honestly think it's really good. So we've got 16 grams of this. Why are like most pump products 16 grams? This is 16.5 grams. So yeah, like they're all very, very similar in terms of the quantities, but make sure you weigh them out. So yeah, that will give me a ridiculous pump and it will also taste very good. For me, I'll be completely honest, a big part of like the pre-workout is the like psychological benefit. So not only just like focus, but also maybe placebo, if you want to call it that, but it's like the routine that I have of like, I get to a certain point on my drive, I start drinking a pre-workout, I start walking, I feel it a little bit like, yeah, it's one of those. And I think again, it's something that when I don't use it, I do notice. But if I didn't have to, for example, when I'm away, I'll usually just have like a coffee or a Monster, which I'm not a huge fan of a Monster pre-workout. I don't understand it massively, but when I'm away, I do. But yeah, it's just having something before I train. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it is. If there's anybody that can tell me why that is, feel free to. But yeah, right now I will. So my chicken has about 7 minutes left. So yeah, I'll pop another GDA. I will make the cream of rice, chuck that in the fridge, and then it'll be time to eat the pre-workout meal. It is pre-workout time. So part 1 of the pre-workout meal, some heavily seasoned chicken breast. I put a little bit of Nando sauce and then some different spices that we have. I don't usually spice my chicken, but I have done the last maybe 6 weeks. And yeah, I've been going pretty heavy with it, but it's not really a problem at this point. And then part 2, we've got Trained by JP vanilla cream of rice, which has been in the fridge, and then dark chocolate added on top. So we've got the chicken for the protein, cream of rice for the carb, dark chocolate for the fats, and we got Jordan Hutchinson training pull as the addition to the pre-workout for the motivation. So yeah, he's doing a few of the mega mass pieces that the gym has currently got. So I'm looking forward to using those for the first time today. So yeah, make sure you're sticking around and seeing training, and I'm gonna eat this meal now and shut up. So yeah, let's start watching. What I'm kind of doing today is pre-workout going in. So that defib, the pump from Perform, and yeah, that was it. So we'll do a taste test. We know what it tastes like, but it's good. It actually tastes pretty strong because the 2 flavors that are matched. It's very good though, very good. So yeah, I am gonna get into the gym now. Like I said, it's pull day. There's a few bits in here that are new and I want to use. So yeah, it's going to be a good session. I'm not actually going to put the training in this video. So if you want to watch my training, then make sure you're subscribed and make sure you are ready for when that video drops, which will be later this week. Because last week, if you have been watching frequently, you'll know that I post weekly and I missed a week. So I missed last week, but I'm going to make up for it. We're doing 2 this week. So full day of eating today.
and then the session now that's going to follow this clip. So yeah, if you want to watch the training, I'll maybe put some highlights in. Head over and watch the full session, which will be live end of the week, like I said. But yeah, pre-workout going in, and then we'll get in there and get after it.
Okay, pull wrapped up, post-workout meal about to go down. Hopefully you head over and watch the pull session if you do want to, and that is going to be live at some point this week. So look out for it, notifications, subscribe, that type of stuff. But post-workout meal, so I'll prepare it and then I'll show you. But we've got Frosties, Perform for the protein, and we've also got some jam and bagel thin. Now the reason for that is I actually just haven't had bagels for such a long period of time that when I needed to increase food, I just wanted to have them. So that's why I've got them in. And jam, again, just because it's very convenient and easy to kind of add in carbs to a meal that's already relatively high in carbs. So this meal works out almost 150 for the day. Which is a decent amount in comparison to where I was. So yeah, I'll make this something that I think is important and useful to know is when you're weighing out jam, peanut butter, anything like that, always weigh it out from the jar. So pop the jar on the scale and minus it like that. That way then you can still use the spoon. You still have everything that's basically come out of there, as opposed to if you scoop it out of the jar and put it on and weigh it that way. Not only then could you mess it up, but also you can't really do anything with the spoon. You have to throw the spoon away. This jam is like, I don't think that's right. It's very liquidy. Probably should keep it in the fridge because it's a bit warm in here. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Minus it from the jar as opposed to putting it on and weighing it that way, because you'll end up being more accurate. So yeah, top tip. And here we have the final meal. So we've got one bagel thin. Is that going to show you? There you go. Bagel thin with jam. Seedless jam, of course. We've got Frosties. And we've got Perform cookie dough whey. Perfect post-workout meal. Plenty of carb, minimal fat, high protein. Spot on. All right, next meal. About to go down and do some juggling. Fucking hell. So preparing the next meal. Obviously I cut the chicken earlier. That is ready to go into the air fryer, so that'll go in. This is, if anybody has been following the channel for a while, or me on Instagram for a while, you'll know that I'm a big fan of potatoes in the air fryer. There was a period of time, not anymore, but there was a period of time where I was, basically I had maybe 4 to 5 years where I had these potatoes every single day, like literally every single day without fail. So yeah, potatoes going in now, cutting these up. I will put chicken in the air fryer. I've got some pineapple. I'm a bit lazy with pineapple. I was going to get it out, but I buy pre-cut pineapple. So I'll put that into a little bowl. Chicken, potato, pineapple, perfect meal. And GDAs will be had with that meal as well. So yeah, I will prepare this, get it in the air fryer, and I'll show you when it's done. It is the next meal. So we have pineapple, some fantastic pineapple here, chicken and potato. So we've got the pineapple and the potato for the carbs, chicken for the protein. Veg, unfortunately, we've run out. I need to get some. That's why you haven't seen any veg in this day of eating. Yeah, that's the real reason. I'm not going to touch on that. Pepsi Max. Pepsi Max is the best Coke variation. Yeah, Pepsi Max. So yeah, I'm going to eat this. I do have one more meal after as well, which is Greek yogurt, whey protein, and dark chocolate. I will probably show you, but I do want to try and edit some of this evening. So if I do forget to film it because I've started editing it, I apologise. But I've told you what the meal is now, just in case. And I will also say, just in case this is the end, so I'm going to like pause. And then if I do, I'll put this here. But yeah, thank you for watching. I appreciate anyone that has made it this far. If you haven't made it this far, let me know what your favourite meal is in your meal plan, or if you track macros. Actually, let me know if you prefer a meal plan or macros. That would be interesting. I believe a meal plan is a lot easier for majority of people, but the convenience and flexibility of macros works very well if you have good levels of adherence and control. Yeah, that's what I would say. But yeah, thank you to anyone that has made it this far. Like I said, leave a comment, macros or meal plan. Let me know which one you are. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you're ready for the poll day that went down today. Because I'm also going to try to get that edited and up as soon as possible as well. So I will catch you in that video. But for this one, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.